Hello and welcome, I'm Patrick Christys and you are watching GBN Originals. Today we look into a story that's been buzzing around the east coast of the United States, quite literally. The mystery of the drones over New Jersey. Do you remember them? Well, it's finally been solved, apparently. And the answer might surprise you. Residents across New Jersey and other parts of the East Coast have been reporting sightings of dozens of drones flying over their homes. These weren't your average hobby drones, no. We're talking about car-sized objects that had people scratching their heads and looking into the skies with a mix of curiosity and concern. Let's take a little look, shall we, to remind ourselves of some of the footage of these drones that were flying over New Jersey.
Tonight, an aerial mystery that's been described as unnerving is growing. The FBI now investigating multiple reports of unidentified drones flying over New Jersey, some as large as a small car. And today, a large drone seen here, also described as the size of a small vehicle, flying over a California event where Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin was in attendance.
More drones in the sky, Rockaway, New Jersey.
The New Jersey drones, initially spotted in the northern part of the state, now being reported further south. Sightings also now being reported in New York City. Jonathan Lace, a pilot himself, shot this shocking video overnight of multiple car-sized drones near the Essex County, New Jersey airport. So concerned by what he saw, he contacted the FAA.
What's been probably the most alarming thing to you?
As a pilot, I can tell you that, when you're about to land, the last thing you want to see is something hovering in front of you.
What is that?
With many questions and few answers, residents and officials alike on high alert as the mystery in the sky deepens.
Now, you think in this day and age, with all the technology and surveillance at our disposal, identifying the source of these massive drones would be a simple task. But oh no, it's never that straightforward, is it? Especially not when it comes to the Biden administration. When these reports just started flooding in, what was the response from the powers that be? Well, it was a masterclass in deflection and denial. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby categorically denied any confirmed incursions. More than 3,000 reports were just dismissed offhand. Yeah, you heard that right, 3,000. People were asked to disbelieve what they could see with their own eyes and what was being recorded on their cameras. But these car-sized drones were mere mistaken sightings of helicopters and aeroplanes. I mean, everyone knew that was rubbish. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd like to think I could tell the difference between a drone and a Boeing 747. And I'm pretty sure the good people of New Jersey can do the same. But apparently, according to Mr. Kirby, we've all been suffering from a collective case of mistaken identity. In December, the White House, in its infinite wisdom, declared that these drones were operating legally and lawfully. Well, that's reassuring, isn't it? They didn't know who was flying them, though, or why, but rest assured, folks, everything's above board. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Just move along. This, of course, did little to quell the growing public concern. And who can blame them? When you've got unidentified objects flying over your house, you tend to want answers. But fear not, for we finally have our answer. And it comes from none other than the new White House press secretary, Karoline Leavitt, who's been making waves, by the way. She spoke out in her first press conference, and what a way to start the job. She revealed the shocking truth behind these mystery drones. She states, "I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office from President Trump directly. An update on the New Jersey drones." Are you ready for this? The drones were authorized by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Yeah, you heard that right. The Federal Aviation Administration, the very organization responsible for keeping our skies safe, was behind this aerial mystery all along. Let's just have a listen to actually what Leavitt said.
And before I turn to questions, I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office from President Trump directly. An update on the New Jersey drones.
Here we go, big
After
update.
research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were
UFOs,
authorized to
China.
be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons.
Themselves.
Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals
the massive ones that
enjoy
look like buses
flying
in the
drones.
air.
In time, it got worse due to curiosity.
Did it?
This was not the enemy. A statement from the President
depends
of
who
the
you
United
class
States
as the enemy, doesn't
to
it?
start this briefing with some news, and with that, I will turn it over to questions.
Now, I don't know about you, but I do find this explanation a tad convenient. After weeks of denial and deflection, we're suddenly expected to believe that this was all just a bit of a harmless research exercise, was it? And what exactly are these various other reasons that she mentioned? It's the kind of vague statement that raises more questions than it answers. Bearing in mind, there was quite a significant rumour flying around, which was even echoed by the likes of Joe Rogan on, I think, the world's largest podcast, where he floated the idea, anyway, that perhaps the United States government had lost something. They'd lost something important, whether it was something to do with a nuclear weapon, whether it was something to do with a new technology, or maybe something to do with something biological. And actually, this was a search and rescue exercise. Of course, we are now still none the wiser. Pentagon Press Secretary Major General Pat Ryder, in an off-camera briefing, confirmed that these drones are not of military origin. He stated, to my knowledge, there are no military operations. These are not military drones. Well, is that a relief? I don't know. It's not the military flying mysterious objects over civilian populations. It's just some other branch of the government. Okay, I think we all feel better now, don't we? What we're witnessing here is a masterclass in government doublespeak. First, they deny any knowledge of these drones. Then, they admit they exist, but they assure us that they're legal. And finally, they reveal that it was them all along, but it's all just in the name of research, so please don't worry. Look, here's the thing. We should be worried. Not necessarily about the drones themselves, but about the lack of transparency from those in power. Why the secrecy? Why the conflicting statements? For many, many years now, it has been bubbling under the surface that the government, especially in the United States, is in possession of technologies that are way beyond our wildest dreams. And the upside to that could be that maybe they can do things like eradicate climate change or make sure that we could all over the world, have clean sources of energy, which would mean that there's no need to fight wars over oil anymore and all of that kind of stuff. Are they withholding that information from us? That's been a serious allegation for a very long period of time. We deserve clear, honest communication from our leaders, not a convoluted game of cat and mouse. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. In an age where privacy is increasingly under threat, where technology is advancing at a breakneck pace, we need to know about who's watching us and why. Today it's drones over New Jersey. What will it be tomorrow? This incident raises serious questions about the balance between national security, scientific research, and personal privacy. How much surveillance are we willing to accept in the name of progress or security? And who gets to make that decision? This has been Patrick Christys. Please don't forget to subscribe to GB News YouTube channel for more. And remember, keep looking up. You never know what you might see.
At GB News, we believe in the power of free speech. We're not afraid to ask the tough questions, challenge the status quo, and give you a voice. While others silence dissent, we champion the truth. So by becoming a GB News member, you're not just supporting free speech, you're defending it. Please do consider supporting us today. Together, we'll hold the powerful to account and make sure your voice is always heard. Simply go to gbnews.com/support and stand with us for what matters most.